as we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Oregon Ducks. For today's Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kurt Crumbstreet. Kurt, let's get right to the action. The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start us off. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. Backs lined up on either side of the quarterback. The quarterback making some changes at the line. To throw, it's Moore. The pocket breaking down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down. Both teams sort of sparring in the early going, what we expect to be a really competitive top 10 showdown here midseason.
Yeah, midseason games like this are so exciting because you think you know who these teams are, and after today, we'll have a much better idea. The team that plays mistake-free is going to be able to get out of here with a win.
Moves the ball up to the 30. So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Out of the gun now on third down. He's running out of time here. Using his legs here. You'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Boy, defense does a nice job of pressuring the quarterback. I'll tell you what, that's a heck of an effort by this guy just to be able to get back close to the line of scrimmage.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return.
And the Penn State offense will take over 1st and 10.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Pressure is coming. On the run, he'll let it go. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Martin. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Tackle is made at the 37. And that's good enough.
And the Nittany Lions begin a new series here, 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. With the catch, it's Baxter. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Wow, they get positive yards here. I have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
That catch makes it a more manageable 3rd down. Inside give now from the shotgun. He's got the 1st and still going. That's enough to move the sticks. 1st down now from the 23.
Well, that's a good, hard, tough running there to get that 1st down to keep this drive alive. Early in this game, the offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
Defense is coming after him. Not able to hook up there. Incomplete. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Looking for a gap. It's Baxter. Has a path to the end zone. No stopping him on that run. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Heck of a job here on that combination block to open this hole up. You know, when you have 5 blockers that can work as one unit, that's as good as there is in college football and a very underrated aspect of any great team.
BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He'll return it from inside the 5. Oh, and he's got some space here. Turns on the speed. Still going. It's a foot race. Yes, all the way to the house. Touchdown. What a highlight moment. The kickoff taken all the way back for a touchdown.
And a kick return for a touchdown is one of the most electrifying plays in football. Everything has to align right. Great blocks. Return man hits the crease just like he did there. Then he's off to the races. By the way, if I'm the kickoff coverage team, I don't know if I'd be kicking this guy out.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wallace. And he stopped at the 18. Returner trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Slams right into a wall. They got him for a loss. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Looking to scramble. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Not a long return, but the hit changes possession. The offense will take over at the 28. The offense will begin now with excellent field position. Scanning the field. It's Moore. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Here's the second down play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
And the Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
Bringing it out. It's Wallace. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback delivers quickly, a receiver on the screen. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Any good offense has to have a reliable, quick to intermediate passing game. Even though that wasn't enough for the first down, it's plays like this that help you sustain drives and not get stuck with third down and long.
They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. And they've got him back there for a loss of 8.
Chris, great job here by this defense. They're trying to bounce this to the outside, take advantage of his speed in the backfield, but no chance at all. The defensive speed, ability to diagnose the play, blows it up.
So from his own end zone, he gets the kick away. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. And the Oregon offense comes back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Running out of time in the pocket. Just gets the pass away, but took a shot that time.
One way to slow down a very gifted quarterback is to be able to get pressure on him. Right now, the defense coordinator is doing a great job of mixing up the looks, and the defense is winning the line of scrimmage, and I think it's really impacting this quarterback's rhythm.
He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. So now it's 3rd and short on the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up 4th down.
How about the call here? They go with the screen on 3rd down and short. You don't see that called very often. They're not able to even complete the pass, so no chance at a conversion. So we got 4th and short.
The Ducks will come to the line looking to convert on 4th down. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Complete with a running back, but can he get there? And they've got him at the 4, but a big gain of that catch and run.
Well, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a...
And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks.
Boy, Chris, how about the blocking on this touchdown run? The effort and execution combined with the vision of the running back, everything just working in concert together.
PHC is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wallace. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here's the first play of the drive now. They're backed up at their own 14. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Picks up the first, looking for more. Tackle made, but it moves the ball to the 25 as they try to get this drive going.
Good enough for a 1st down.
So, Kirk, as we break for the quarter, Oregon has the lead here. And as we reach the end of 1, the lead is starting to mount. Let's take a quick look at the first quarter stats before we move on. We'll see if this game gets out of hand before halftime, the crucial 2nd quarter beginning right now. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
A lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it, and they get the sack.
They lose yards on 1st down, so 2nd and long from the 16. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Moves left out of the pocket. Looks like he's going to run it. He'll step out of bounds. Defense keeps that to a very short gain.
Boy, he was close to getting to that corner and picking up some big yards, but the defense does a good job of getting him out of bounds.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Oh, had a chance at another interception. Couldn't quite hold on, but it's going to be 4th down.
Oh, man, nearly a disastrous play there by the quarterback. Look at his facial expressions right now. He knows that he caught a break, trying to force the ball in there. He's going to have to make better decisions moving forward and work through his progressions to find his open man.
And the powerful Ducks offense retakes the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop? Swarm for the pass rush, a sack.
Well, that's the kind of play right there that this defense has been looking for. Maybe that'll spark them because, let's face it, this game has not gone the way they had hoped. But a play like that sometimes can create some momentum and change the complexion of the football game.
After the sack on first down, it's second down. Scanning the field. It's Moore. Finds an open target on the left side. He brings him down. It's a big play all the way to the 43.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. He'll hand it off. Going absolutely nowhere. That would be a loss of the play.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw there. He should have pulled that ball out and tried to make a throw, but instead he hands it off to the poor running back, and it's a tackle for a loss.
Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Looking deep downfield to the left. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw in this play.
The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Here comes a first down pass attempt. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Second down play coming up. Hand off to the back. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of the first down. The offense stays on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth down in their own territory. You know, the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. Here we go. The coach rolling the dice. 4th and 1 in his own territory. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Short return tackle at the 21, but that's a huge takeaway for this defense.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive and ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And the Oregon offense is back out on the field. Trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. Looking to pass. It's Moore. The receiver grabs it. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around.
I understand the concept of bringing the blitz, and you hope that it gets home. But if you don't, you leave your corner in man-to-man situation against this wide receiver. That is a tough ask for this corner, and he's going to lose that battle more often than not.
Now they'll come up second down and goal from the 10. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. And he throws the ball out of bounds. They're smart not to take a sack on that play. Brings up third down.
That's a smart heads-up play to me by the quarterback. Would rather throw it in the stands than a tight throw leading to a potential turnover. Wonder what they'll have dialed up here on this third down.
Here's a screen pass to the running back. And the defense brings him down.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he can get the yards after the catch, enough for the first down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
He made it. 3 points on the board. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Bringing it out. It's Wallace. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. Looking to throw it on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Baxter. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he hits out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Well, it's got to start somewhere, and there's a nice first down to keep this drive alive and hope to be able to create a little bit of momentum here near the end of the first half, trying to cut into this lead and get some points on the board.
One play moves the ball to the 41. It'll be first down. Takes the handoff. It's Baxter. Osh the spin move. Breaking free at the 35. You make the tackle, but not before he gets all the way to the 30.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive lineup. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in the rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
And Indy Lions will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. In the red area, it's Baxter.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays down.
Touchdown, Penn State. Adds 6 more points to the total.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're only in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he's going to bring this out from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. To the air. It's Moore. Taking a deep shot here to the right. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
Now, if it hasn't been made abundantly clear by now, they want to get the ball downfield to this guy. That was almost his second touchdown alone here in the first half.
Grab down the middle. It's Moore. They finally make the tackle, but the defense gashed by that big gainer.
What a huge play for this offense as this half is coming to a close. Here's where you've got to get a little gritty because what seemed like a drive where you're happy to maybe come up with 3 points, now you've got a real shot to maybe put the ball in the end zone.
Quarterback takes off now looking to scramble. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but man, make the play, bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
He dumps it off to the tight end. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything seems to be working. The coordinator is calling good plays. The quarterback and the rest of his receivers and running backs are executing. And frankly, This defense is showing almost no resistance.
The receiver makes the catch. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Boy, we're just getting started here, and already you can feel a rhythm between a quarterback and a receiver. Nice job again getting back in the pocket, making a nice, accurate throw to one of his top targets.
The Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. You either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
Back to throw. It's Moore. Makes the grab, a chance to score. Brought down at the 3, but that's enough for a first and goal. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. The offense trying to cap a really impressive first half, trying to punch it in here and build on this lead before halftime. Bringing pressure. Sacked. It's a loss. Back to the 6. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. And off inside, looking for the touchdown. Timeout is called in clock strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. Just time enough for 1 more play in the half. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Trying to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And it's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. And the defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Ducks will kick this away to begin the second half. And the coverage guys make the tackle. After all that effort, you've been better off just taking a knee there. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. Emphasis here on cutting down on turnovers, a couple of them in the first half, and that's why they're trailing. First play of the second half is a handoff. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but it's a big play all the way to the 43. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
The Nittany Lions will crank up the tempo. Second down, we're going to throw it. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Urgency now for the offense. They hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. Breaks free. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They couldn't stop him there.
But somebody had to bust an assignment on this touchdown. There's no way you let a guy get that open unless the defender either gets injured or he blew an assignment. That was too easy for the offense for that touchdown.
PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there.
And your Oregon Ducks will take over 1st and 10.
Ducks' powerful offense is back on the field. Off the play fake on first down. Buying time, moving to his left. Quarterback looking to scramble. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time. Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Looking downfield. It's Moore. That's reeled in. It's Moore. Will not be brought down. And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line. Because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route. And the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw. Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Important second down play coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. Delivers quickly to the left side. He's got it in the open. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Boy, nice completion here by this Oregon offense to be able to show you it's not just about the quarterback's ability to run. Often you associate that with that Oregon quarterback, right? That dual threat guy that can run it. Do not forget about their ability to throw the football out in Eugene. Think about Darren Thomas, the career that he had. Started for a few years, took his team all the way to the national championship, made some big throws. And Justin Herbert, of course, enough said. We see it every NFL Sunday, what he can do. 4-year starter for the Ducks. We're still seeing these Ducks quarterbacks being able to throw the football.
And it's broken up. Great defensive play to prevent the deep ball.
Well, one of the few times this receiver is unable to come up with a big play. This guy has over 100 yards receiving. I would just keep trying to find ways to line him up and create mismatch opportunities.
Dropping back, you're going to throw for the first down. Moves out of the pocket. Escapes the pocket. Defense able to stop him. It's fourth down now.
He's tackled at the 26. Fourth down coming up.
Coach elects to try for 3 points and sends out the field goal unit. This will be a 43-yard attempt. Oh, and he missed it. The kick is no good. And the lead remains 6 after the miss.
Well, that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. That poor kicker.
And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. They punch it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him this time. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line.
Oh, the defense is ready for that one. They almost got that blown up before it got started.
The game makes it second and medium. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Rotates the tight end. It's complete. They finally get him down, but a big play to the 46.
Chris, the defense has got to do a better job of wrapping up the tight end there. The coach is preaching to these guys, we need more than one tackler to the ball. They caught a break there. The tight end breaks the first tackle, and they had another man there to bring him down before it could have gotten ugly.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well. Well, good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
They're going to run the option. They'll toss it to the back. And he'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
Well, when they called that one in, I doubt they thought it was going to go backwards like it did. Normally, you can get a few out of these option plays, but they got nothing here.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Caught over the middle. It's Davidson. The gain moves the football to the 6-yard line. It'll be first down and goal.
What a gain here. Big play for this offense. The quarterback and receiver just seem to be in sync. Tough on that corner to try to make a play on that ball.
The defense better regroup after that big gainer. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Off the play fake, looking to throw. On the move now. Looking to the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Penn State.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All he had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point puts him in front by 1. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
Number 13, set to kick it off.
Looks like the returner will try and field this one. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team.
And your Oregon Ducks will take over first and 10.
Offense out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. The pass rush closing in. And it's incomplete, even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
He just has to be protected better than that. He's the guy who can shift the tenure of a game. It's the offensive line's job to ensure he's kept clean.
Tough situation with the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Looking to pass. It's Moore. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man open on the right side downfield.
Well, it's a good ball here by the quarterback, but I have to back up and look at the route by this tight end. He puts such pressure on this defense and makes it very easy for the quarterback to be able to make an accurate throw because he gets separation.
Second down after that previous play. Looking to throw here. Makes the grab. It's Moore. And the tackle is made in what's going to be the final play of this period. And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. And gain enough to set up first down now at the 39.
Well, trailing in the game like this, the offense really needed this conversion, and they got it. Let's see if they can build on some momentum after that.
On first down, it's play action. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. Makes the catch at the 10-yard line. Force out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal. That huge play sets up a great opportunity. First and goal just outside the 5. Catch made by the tight end. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Man, the defense was all over that play. Just left him almost no room to work after catching the ball.
So off the loss, it's second and goal from the 8. Tailback tests the middle of the defense. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Well, the defense is holding on for dear life. They've got a lead. It's late in the game. Just trying trying to keep this offense out of the end zone.
And they cut into this lead now on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Oregon. They jump on top now here in the 4th. And now the try for the 2-point conversion. To the air, it's Moore. This will be caught as they convert for the 2-point conversion.
Well, I thought the defense did a pretty good job of defending this 2-point try, but let's give all the credit to the quarterback and the receiver for being able to be in sync and in rhythm to come down with that catch and the 2 points.
And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Pass is tipped and falls incomplete. Someone got a hand up to deflect that one.
If that ball were thrown just a little bit higher, they could have gotten away with a completion. But great play by the defender getting a hand on it.
So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Important to get something here to avoid that tough 3rd and long situation. Looking for a gap. It's Baxter. They bring it down to the 38, but that's good enough for 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And he goes nowhere. Stop pull behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense just hasn't had many answers for this running back. Guy's already over 100 yards on the afternoon, but give him credit there. They made a nice play in the backfield.
Pulls it in. It's Gonzalez. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Interesting call here, Chris, with this screen pass in the 4th quarter late in the game. I think they're expecting the defense to get upfield on the pass rush. But give the defense all the credit. Recognizing it, almost really anticipating that this screen was coming, and then rallying to the ball.
And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
So here we go. Down 1 score. They're going to go for it on 4th down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete to end the drive. A turnover on downs during the late stages of this game. The offense is set up with excellent field position. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. As the 1st down is still going. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
I mean, this guy's having a dream day. Already over 200 yards through the air. Now showing you what he can do with his feet. This guy's a complete package under center.
That's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Incompletion makes it 2nd down. To throw, it's Moore. Pulls it in, it's Moore.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, and that's an incompletion or an interception.
Quarterback appears to be changing the play. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
So on 4th down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. And that one's straight down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Snap, the hold, the kick, every
kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. Last time they gambled and lost, went for it in 4th down in their territory and got stopped. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Makes a quick grab. The sophomore quarterback showing his toughness, standing in there to take the hit. And the Nittany Lions come up to the line in the hurry-up.
Hey, you're down by a couple possessions late in the game. That's exactly how you want to start this drive. Let's see what they can do with it after that nice game.
Grab down the middle. It's Gonzalez. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain.
Chris, here we are in the 4th quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Quarterback drops back. Caught for the receiver. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. QB keeper all the way. Has the 1st down and more. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. But just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
Then he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Snags a quick throw. They stop him, but it's a 1st down. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. Design quarterback run. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3. Here comes the up-tempo offense. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's got it near the end zone. They finally stop him, but that gain is good for a 1st and goal. The Nittany Lions come to the line with 1st and goal. The pass is incomplete just across the goal line.
Boy, what was the quarterback thinking here? You're inside the 10-yard line. You got a chance to put points up on the board. You can't just randomly throw the ball into coverage like this.
Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. And he muscles into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
What a score by this offense. And the greatest thing, Chris, is they still left themselves with a little bit of time. And now you're thinking onside kick if they can recover it. You never know.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. On the hands team all over that to make the recovery.
Chris, as you know, the chances are you're not going to recover these, but still, the hands team deserves a lot of credit for executing and coming up with the ball. You can't overstate the importance of a good special teams unit.
And that powerful Oregon offense retakes the field. Can they play keep away here? Just protect this lead in the final 2 minutes. They make the stop at the 25, but it's 1st and 10 for this offense. That should be enough to secure the upset. This team came in the lower-ranked team intent on proving a point, and they've gone out and done that.
What a great way for them to close it out. And really, they played well the entire game and a chance for them to build some momentum. And for the loser, still an opportunity to learn from your mistakes. An opportunity to possibly still make a run and get in position for the postseason.
First down, why not keep it on the ground? And they try to run inside, but nowhere to go. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Receiver in motion now. Here comes a jet sweep. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. Looking to throw. It's Moore. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So on fourth down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. And he's made it from 50 yards out, showing off the deep range.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
The kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. First down, looking to throw the ball. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Man, the quarterback got nailed there, Chris. We'll have to take another look. He gets the ball out, but he took a big hit. This offensive line has got to do a better job at taking care of their superstar if they want to have a chance to win this game.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Looking to scramble. Heavy pressure, he lets it go. He'll just throw that one away to avoid what would have been a sack.
Now that's going to bring up a critical third down here as we're late into this football game in a drive where they need points. This quarterback's got to take control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays you can go to, whether it's a run or a pass, but you've got to come up with a first down.
He's going to take off here. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down. The Nittany Lions will look to convert here on 4th down. Trying for a 4th down completion. Looking deep for late-game heroics. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. He could go. He steps out of bounds after the interception, and that will be the final play of the game. Well, it's been a great season. Big things still possible, Kirk, but for the first time, they run into a hurdle they can't clear. Now, how will they respond to this first loss?
And I think that's the big question. One loss isn't going to eliminate these guys from the playoff, but all they can do and focus on now is resetting, regrouping, and maybe use this loss as fuel down the stretch.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.